I'd like to begin by relaying a message for these times. As we all know, we are transitioning between paradigms, transitioning between two paradigms that are simultaneously existing. Of course, there are two fields or collectives of paradigms, they're not just two. The paradigm run by an imbalance between mind and heart that has prioritized mind and construction, and the over solidification of these constructions that has imprisoned us within them, separated us from the present moment arising and from deeper sensing and perception and thus connection. The paradigm that we know we are going towards, that has always existed, but that we are manifesting in this location, is a paradigm of oneness. So, how has the apparently individual self been operating within the conditioned paradigm that tells us that the outlines of our bodies or our personal energy fields is the outline of the individual self? Despite all imagination and all spiritual practice, how have we maintained our own self perception within a view of separation and separate identity? How is this view blocking us from our togetherness? Where will a new view come from when the togetherness that we are moving towards has never, ever yet occurred in this physical manifestation of what we call planet Earth? The level of togetherness that we are really talking about here, that we are really moving towards, never before seen. So, as with any healing, ascension, awakening, transition from point A to point B, we can either stand in point A, maybe view point B as what might seem like a mirage through the fog, and walk towards it, pulling ourselves, carrying our heavy suitcases with our burdens, walking as the ones that in point A we perceive ourselves to be. This is, of course, trying to spread point A into the location of point B. For those who have heard the phrase, wherever you go, there you are. We, as we identify ourselves to be today, cannot go there, because there is a dimension, a paradigm of reality that is only experienced from a different vantage point, a different direct experience of what we means. As every environment, every dimension correlates with a particular self, a particular view. It is not possible for the self of one dimension to exist in a different dimension. Self must shift. Self and dimension come together. Self and environment are not separate. So, what if the shift of point A to point B is first view of and in point B? I see it. I might not see it physically, but I see it. I feel it with the heart. I see it with a deep knowing. Yes, there's an unknown on our way there, but somehow we know what there is, independent of not having ever physically seen it in this lifetime or in the history of this location, of this civilization. Civilization meaning the history as we currently know it to be. So, what if after view comes self? Self shifts. Self becomes the self of this new world, new paradigm, this B location. So, who I am, who we are, we are viewing, we are living, we are being, we are embodying. New world via view and self. And in this way, we are standing in where we are going as the rest catches up. So we are not walking from point A to point B. We are somehow already in point B, bringing that which is relevant from point A towards us. And seeing and holding with love and compassion and admiration that which dissolves, that which will not exist in point B. And only then, after view and self shift, physical environment shifts. Until then, physical environment goes up in flames, metaphorically, sometimes physically. A natural process of transition. But physical environment is not what is determining our view nor our identity. We are free. We are holding that which we are creating in the non-physical planes until those subtle energetic, subtle consciousness templates physicalize. How do they physicalize? We are creating them. Who is the we that creates the new world? It is the we of the new world. So if the new world is the world that has always been, beyond the conditioning, beyond the veils, this oneness, this interconnection, what is the new self in human form? What is the I becoming the we? What is that? We have the view. We can define it. We can talk about it. We can imagine it. We can yearn for it. Interconnection, equality, mutual support, co-creation, true seeing of each other. What is the self that does that? We release the vantage point from within the mind, from behind the eyes, from within the body, and we spread. Together. Team. This transition will not occur through individual separate selves, because that is the self of the old world. It cannot walk into the new world. It is not of that vibration. Any force within or without, with the attempt to separate, continues to maintain the old world. This can look like judgment, anger, and resentment towards each other. This can look like mistrust of each other. This can look like shame within, self-judgment, trying to control or force ourselves or each other. Any of the forces that come up in the whirlwind, in the natural arising of everything that will reveal itself to be seen, understood, metabolized. But the moment that we act on these, believe them, become them, immediately we are back in the old world, back at square one. Spiritual practice already reveals to us the importance of inner work. Mindfulness, self-healing, diving within, direct connection with God. Inner work does not mean individual work. What if inner simply means not confined by the outer forms and entering into the non-physical fields? This is all of us. We meet each other here. We meet the one field. We are all a part of the one body. We all are. I need you in this. And you need me in this. because we can only do this together. All of us. And that is exactly what we get to do. We have each other. This one knowing, this pulse, this life force that's coming through. It's lighting up each of our hearts that look like they're in separate locations. And physically they are. But what's the inner? When people look up at the sky, sometimes they joke about seeing a black piece of paper that they've pierced through little points, and the light, the complete illumination from the other side is shining through in little dots that look like stars. But really, it's just pure light on the other side. What if that's the heart? Each one a star, as if it's in darkness, but simply the illumination of one field of light revealing itself through each of us as points. One field, one field. And we rest in this one field together. Together. We're so used to disappearing ourselves, to having to do it all, to following authority, to competing. All of these ways that we get over and under each other or put walls between each other. Together. One pulse, one light, one shared field of love intelligence. Each of us holding unique aspects, each of us expressing a unique manifestation in each moment. One field. The moment we know this, the moment we lean into it, we are stronger than anything. We are home and we are unbreakable. It doesn't matter what's going on in the external world. We are the new world. Immediately. What has always been. What is who we are and our birthright to experience here in this location. Why we came here. Right now. Already present.